everyone, Andrea here with I Dream of Crafting. Today's going to be a tutorial on how to make these very cute little duct tape bows. I finally came across a design and style that I like, especially for the smaller ones. Here's a couple large ones that I have done. Let me get my hand out of the way. There we go. Of course, Mickey Mouse. And this is Happy Birthday tape that you probably have never seen this before. This is actually from the dollar store. It's pretty good actually. It's thin, of course, it's Dollar Tree tape. It's going to be a bit thin, but it's not as thin as like you would think. It's not as thin as the fun tape. It's about the same thickness as Scotch, so it's not bad. I'm actually pretty happy with it. So if you have a Dollar Tree nearby, dollar store nearby, and they have duct tape like this, go for it. I'm actually going to go back out and buy a few more rolls. They're actually pretty good. Obviously $1. And you only get like 10 feet, or 10 feet I think. So it's not too bad though. Or no, 10 feet. So we're gonna do these today. Probably gonna show you the big ones later. What I'm gonna show you right now are these little baby ones. They're about 2 inches. They have the alligator clips on the back. And I also made this 3-inch. So these are 5, these are 3, and these are 2. And if you did a 1-inch one, which I'm going to try very soon, you can then make them into earrings. So if I can figure that one out, I will then post a tutorial for that. So depending on how long this tutorial is, which probably won't be too long, I'll probably do all 3. So for the baby ones though, for the 2-inch ones, what you're going to need is at least 1 roll. I like 2 rolls of duct tape. I will be using 2 rolls just because it's easier to see and tell what I'm doing, since it is a little freaky, this tutorial. So I will be using 2 tapes so you can keep it all straight, and I will explain it to you in detail. You will also need some type of clip. I like these little alligator clips for the small ones. If I'm doing a 2-inch, even a 3-inch would be fine for this. Woo. Anything bigger than a 3-inch, I like these little spring activated ones. For the bigger ones, they hold up a little bit better. So you will need a clip, an X-Acto knife, a ruler, hopefully you have a steel one or something with a steel edge, and of course a cutting mat. So let's get started. Alrighty, so whenever you're going to start a bow, you want to think how big you want it to be. So I wanted this to be about 2 inches long, so you're going to double that. So you're going to want a strip of tape that is 4 inches long, but it's going to be a little bit different. So I have 2 strips of tape here. So out of your main color, which is the color or the pattern that you want to be showing, this is the tape that you're going to cut out the 4-inch out of. So cut out a piece that is 4 inches. Alrighty. Then out of your secondary color, and of course you can do this with the same print if you wanted to, but I am doing this so it's easy to see. You want a second piece of tape that is 1 inch longer than your show, so you're gonna cut it at 5 inches. Alright, now, here's where it gets a little bit funky. You can put your rolls of duct tape away. You are done with cutting tape out of those. So out of your big piece, this is where I got a little confused when I first did this, but out of your secondary piece, your longer piece, you want to cut out cut out 2 strips of tape that are 1/4 inch. So I'm going to cut at the 1/2 inch line, and then I'm going to go up and cut out the 1/4 inch line. So this is going to give you 2 strips of tape that are 1/4 inch long and 1/4 inch wide and 1/4 inch, or I'm sorry, 1/4 inch wide, oh my gosh, and 5 inches long. I am so sorry. Okay, so you're going to take your 4-inch piece of tape now, you're going to flip it over, and I like to put it on a line. Now you're going to take your secondary piece that you just cut out the 1/2 inch from. So now this is 5 inches by about 1.5 inches, a little bit shy. And you're going to line this up, sticky side to sticky side, so that this side is matching up with the bottom of this edge, and you're going to have hopefully about 1 inch left over on here, and try to get it centered in the middle of the tape as best you can. Okay. If you have a little bit over like I do, don't worry about it. You can always trim it up. Now all you're going to do is you're going to fold over your 2 sides here that are on either side. Alright. Now we have this inch here. What I like to do, I've tried a few different ways of doing this, and this is the best way I found. Just make a triangle out of it, and then we're going to fold it over. And I know it seems like a kind of an unnecessary step, but actually it's very vital. If you can see here, I have some. This is a bow that I didn't do the triangle out of because I thought it was unnecessary, but it actually is very necessary. You're taking off this the very edges of your tape so that it, you know, as you can see here, hopefully I have some sticky above my bow. So cutting this into a triangle helps eliminate that. So now we're just going to take this and make sure that your secondary color is on the inside. So make sure your fold over lines are on the inside of the bow. And we're just going to connect these two. There we go. Just like that. Smooth it down on the inside. So that's what the, there we go, that's what the inside looks like. Alright, so you have a little cuff looking thing here. Now set it down and make sure this seam is in the middle. So for a 2-inch bow, you want, of course you want that seam to be on the the inch line in between. I'm sorry, a 3-inch bow. 2-inch bow. So you're gonna have these 1/4-inch strips now. Now just because you have the full 5 inches doesn't mean you have to use the full 5 inches, and I almost never do because I find that it gives the it makes the bow a bit bulky. So what you want to do is you just want to line this up with the seam and fold it over so that you're connecting these two pieces together. So it's no longer a cuff but a bow. And like I said, I don't want to make it too bulky, so I just wrap it around once and then I finish it off. Try and keep it in line with each other. Then what you're going to do, make sure you have your clip ready. Figure out what side you want to be showing, and and then we're going to fold. So you can either do it one of two ways. You can fold it down the middle, then fold it back, and then fold this back to form your bow. Or you can just take it and accordion on top of each other. It gives the same effect, but whatever is easier for you to do. So you want it to be, you know, if you take it and just scrunch it, it may not line up well. So the easiest way is probably to fold it in half and then fold your sides back so that you have a little bow. Then what you're going to do is you're going to take your second 1/4-inch strip here, line it up. I like to start from the back. So line it up with the purple tape that's already there, and then go around making sure that you're keeping it centered. Then you can take your, if you're using this kind of clip, make sure you can see how it's, there we go, you can see how this is flat and then this goes up. Make sure your flat part is against your bow. So open it up. Open it up and make sure your tape is out of the way. Put your flat side down where you want it. I like to put it on this raised edge right here so that when you go to open it up, this flat part is against this indentation on the front of the bow, so your finger can go in that indentation and you can press against that to open it. So I want the flat edge against that indentation, or I'm sorry, yeah, that raised edge right there. Oopsies. Then you're going to open it, and you're going to have to play with this to get it to sit right, however you want. Okay. And then just continue wrapping around. Every time you come around to the back, you have to open your clip again, and then feed the tape through and continue on. And with this one, you can use up the whole tape just to make sure it's secured down. And there you go. Now you can just flatten this out to make it more of a bow shape. And there you go. Alright, since that was about 10 minutes long, I'm going to show you now this 3-inch bow. So I've switched out my tape. We have Mickey Mouse in black now. So, and instead of the alligator clips, I have these spring-loaded clips here. This is a 3-inch, I'm sorry, a 2-inch. This is a 2-inch one. They also come in 3 inches, which are these big ones right here. So I'm going to be using this 2-inch one to make our 3-inch bow. So once again, we want our final bow to be about 3 inches. So we're going to cut our tape to be double that. So whatever color or pattern you want to be on the outside of your bow, the showing side, because as you probably could tell with these, the way these are made, you do not see your secondary color that is on the outside. So an easy way to remember which one to cut short and which one to cut long is, as you can see here, I have my pattern and a secondary color, an accent color. So my accent color I want to be, the wrap. So that is how I know, how I remember which one is which. So I'm going to cut my accent color at 7 inches, and my Mickey tape I am going to cut at 6. And once again, you want to take your longer strip. So in this case, it'll be the 7-inch strip this time. And you want to cut out 2 strips that are 1/4 inch in width. Alright, now we're going to take our pattern tape here. We're going to flip it up and set it down. I like to set mine on lines so it's easier for me to tell where the edges of the tape are. Okay. Ooh, Mickey is not working with me tonight. Alright, so then we're going to take our black tape here. Same again, line up one of your edges, and you're going to have 1 inch overhang and try and get it in the middle of the tape so you have roughly the same amount on either side of the black tape. It's not going to matter too much really because you're not going to see this. but it is going to create a nice rounded edge. But try and make it even, just so that you can have the same fold over, and make sure it's secured, because if you have any less than this, it's not gonna, it may, you run the risk of it undoing on itself. So it's about, I'd say, 1/4 of an inch on either side. So once again, make your triangle. Oops. Alright, and then fold it in, making sure your seams, your fold over, are on the inside. Alright, and then make sure now that your seam is in the middle. So now you're going to want it on the 2.5 inch line. Take up one of your strips here, center it, and make sure it's still centered before you start folding it. And then just wrap this around. Okay. And I'm going to cut this off about there and fold it over. Okay, now all we have to do is fold this into a bow shape and secure it. So at this time, I would like to I would like to say thank you to Crafts by Stephanie. I will leave a link somewhere in this video to her account. She is actually the user that I found this technique, so thank you very much. So I'm gonna fold over here to make my bow, like that. I like that. And here's the time that you want to pick your side. So if you don't like that side, then just fold it the other direction. And then you can see what the other side would look like if you folded it the other way. But I like it the other way, so. Alright, so I'm going to take my 1/4 inch strip here. Once again, I'm going to start on the back, and by the back I mean where the middle of the bow is raised. So where this is recessed, this is raised here. I'm going to line up my black tape with the black tape that's already there and go around once. You can go around twice again if you want, because you have a long strip here. Now, with these, with a clip, it's pretty easy to tell, how it should go on. These, you kind of have to work backwards. So what I like to do is I like to take my clip, and it goes in the hair. It goes in your hair this way. So your flat side, which is where your bow would be, is going to be facing out, and this clip, I put it in from the right since I'm right-handed. So I want my bow, decide how you want your bow to face up. So I want it facing this way, which means I have to put my clip this way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep that orientation and just thread. You want to thread the tape, the loose tape you have, you want to thread it between this bottom part here and this this spring. And be careful, this spring will come out. I have had them come out on me before. All you have to do though is just put it on in this side and then bend it, and you know, it just sits in there. It's not connected to anything. So if it does come out on you, you can put it back together, just to let you know. So we're going to thread this up and sit it on here. Get it centered. Now do not close this. If you close this, then yeah, it won't work. So once you have it centered how you like it, then just start going around. Every time you go around, you have to push this tape through this hole. I like to use the back of my X-Acto knife. I'm not using the blade part, I'm using the back of the knife to pull it through. And then just keep wrapping. Be careful when you use that X-Acto knife to pull it through. I don't want anyone cutting themselves. So I push it through as far as I can with my finger until it gets stuck, because it will get stuck, and then I use the back of my X-Acto knife to grab it and pull it through. And then I just finish it. And then you can close it. And there you go. That is a duct tape bow. You can pull it out, flare it out a bit. If you wanted to, you can even stick your finger in between your layers here and poof them out a little bit. It's a little hard to get in there, but it is possible. So you get your fingers in that little hole right there, and then you can poof them out a bit to make it more of a bow shape, which is something you can't do with the little ones, which I kind of like the little ones this way anyway, kind of flattened. The bigger ones, the 3-inch and the 5-inch, look a little bit better when you poof them out a little bit. So just poof them out, and there you go. You have a duct tape bow. Alright, so I will do a separate tutorial on how to do the bigger bows. They take a little bit more time, but the same process. You can make the bows however big you want, or however small you want. Like I said, I'm going to try a 1-inch bow and see how they hold up. So here are our finished products. Here's our little mini bow that we just made. I will put it in my hair to join the other one. They are very cute. I love them. And of course, here's our Mickey bow to join its bigger cousin. So if you like this tutorial, please give it a big thumbs up. If you have any questions, comments, or requests, please leave them in the comment section below, and I will get to you as soon as I can. And I hope to see you in the next video.